Greetings, I'm Rainverse, and this video is late, mostly because I couldn't decide if I wanted to write a script for it or just freeball it, so we decided to freeball it. Today we're going to be doing a tier list for the Monster Hunter series, at least the ones that I've played, or care to rank, as there are a few, stories and dose that I haven't played or don't care about. Alright, let's get into it. We're going to be going by generations, so we're going to start with the first generation, and that'll be the first game. I actually played this one back when it first came out, and the only thing I don't really like about it is the control scheme. I don't like attacking with the right stick. I never did, and I still don't. So we're gonna put the original Monster Hunter in it's Monhun, I guess, tier. It's still Monster Hunter. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't fuck with the right stick attacks. Now we'll be moving into the only second generation game I've played, which is Freedom Unite, which was the game I played immediately, well, not immediately after the original, but when it came out. Because the first game sort of burned me on the series, and if I'd only played that one, I probably wouldn't be playing Monster Hunter still. That would be Freedom Unite, which is going to go in okayest tier. It's dated by today's standards, but it does have one of the largest rosters of monsters. And also a control scheme that humans can use, using the face buttons to attack, although the PSP didn't have a dual analog setup, so we had to make do with the claw, but it is what it is. Nothing can be perfect, well, until we get to Generation 3 anyways. Freedom Unite is still pretty good, and I do like it. I've actually gone back to play it recently. Moving on, I've actually split the third generation into all three games, since they are different to some degree. For Monster Hunter Try, we're going to go ahead and put that in middle of the road. It's a really good game. I like it a lot. I did exclusively play it with the Wiimote when it came out because you could do motion attacks, and I played Lance at the time. We're actually going to put Portable Third in front of Try, if only because they took away the underwater combat, so that definitely gives it points in its favor for me. I don't really like the underwater combat, never have, never will. Mostly because I am afraid of the ocean, but it is a very good game. It was the one that introduced Zinogre, I think. I actually did not play this game when it came out. I never imported or anything. I actually only played it a few years ago with a friend. With the emulator, Peep something or whatever it's called. The PP emulator. Moving on, again, we're going to go ahead and put 3 Ultimate in G tier. G4G rank, that is. It's Try, but better. It has more stuff, and the addition of content like Dire Morales definitely just puts it above Try for me, even though it does still have the underwater combat. But once again, nothing is perfect. I've actually been playing this one recently. I bought a Wii U. I ordered a Wii U specifically so I could play this game. Because I played it on 3DS back when it came out, because that's what all my friends had it on. It's really good. I like it a lot. Moving on, we're gonna this particular tier list doesn't have an entry for 4. I know I could add one, but I'm lazy. So we're just gonna put 4 Ultimate, and it's gonna count for both of them because I would rank them the same either way. 4th generation is my favorite, still is, always will be most likely unless something really blows me out of the water. But Monster Hunter 4 was the first game I actually imported from Japan. Not the first Monster Hunter game, just the first game, period, that I imported. I did import a lot more later. Well, once we saw, previews of it and Gore Magala, I knew I had to have it, and there was, at that point, since we hadn't gotten Portable Third in English, there was sort of this air of, it's not a matter of when we're going to get it, but if we're going to get it. So I decided, hey, you know what, I might as well just import that one, and it was a pretty good decision. That game was amazing. I also imported 4G when it came out, because it wasn't out in English yet. And then I bought it a third time, when it finally did come out in English, and it's still my favorite Monster Hunter game. It has a lot of my favorite monsters, like Kechawacha, Nursilla, my boy Gormagala. All 3 of my favorite monsters come from this game, by the way. That's Gore, Chaotic Gore, and Shigaru Magala. There's a lot to like about 4 Ultimate, and if you haven't played it, you should. It runs really well on Citra. Okay, we're not going to move on out of the 4th generation, actually, we're still in it. Generations Ultimate, I accidentally put it in Godlike. No, it's going to go down here. Generations Ultimate is certainly a game. I actually did not play Cross or Double Cross when they came out in Japan because I was preoccupied with this guy up here. I did, however, buy Generations Ultimate on sale when it came out in English, I think. It was a while after because I was playing World at the time and I didn't really want to go back a generation. It's a game for sure. I don't really know how much I like the hunting styles. I know a lot of people like to compare it to Frontier styles, but it's really not. Mostly because the styles basically give you special moves in Generations Ultimate, which are cool, don't get me wrong, but I don't really fuck with it that much. It's a good game though. I mean, it's okay. It's still Monster Hunter. I apologize if you can hear the fireworks in the background. I am recording this on New Year's Eve. Okay, moving on to Gen 5, we have Monster Hunter World. We're going to go ahead and put that in G rank. Monster Hunter World, quite literally the most important game in the franchise, considering how well it's sold and the fact that it's made Monster Hunter not only Capcom's biggest IP, but a household name. You essentially have this game to thank for Monster Hunter being as big as it is right now. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is up for debate. Not with me, though. I think it's a good thing, just bar none, period. I do want to rank the Gen 5 games and their expansions separately, though. Because as much as I like World, Iceborne is just godlike. It's perfect. Well, it's almost perfect. It gave us almost everything we wanted except for maybe a new weapon type, but it is what it is. We got Alatreon and Fatalis, so that's good. We also got some not so good things. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I felt like I should say that just to cover my base. Oh, Clutch Claw. Clutch Claw. Although it did give us the Pizza Cutter attack for Charge Blade, and that's what I was playing when I first went through Iceborne, so that was pretty cool. I think World and Iceborne are probably two of the games that I'm most fond of, regardless of how I rank them. I've played through World and Iceborne a few times now. The only other game I've managed to do that with is 4 Ultimate, just because I love it that much. Moving on, Rise. We're gonna put Rise in OKS tier because let's be honest, base Rise is not a great game. It's not ideal. It's nowhere close to ideal. We got the garbage Rampage game mode, which nobody wanted, and I don't know of anyone who enjoys it. It just wasn't spectacular. And Nara and Ibushi as final bosses are just, I mean, they don't look that great. That's just my opinion though. But I would have rather had something else. But it is what it is. Sunbreak, however, godlike. No notes. Sunbreak is like the rebirth of Frontier to an extent. It's got some wackier, like high-end content, like the anomalies and the risen elder dragons, but still, mostly core Monster Hunter. But we will get there, I feel, in Generation 6. Sunbreak is really good. It gave us Malzeno, it gave us the Risens, which are really cool. It also brought back all of the Magalas, which I really appreciate. It could have used Brachydios, though, and I feel like adding Amatsu at the very end of the, like, night-themed expansion was a bad move. I would have rather have seen, like, a more kingly dragon, like Guanzorumu, maybe, but that's just me. And now, to end off our tier list, we're going to rank Frontier. I'm going to go ahead and put Frontier at G. Like, I really like Frontier. I think just because of how much content there is, because of how long it went, that naturally it's a better game. I also think that having weapon types like the Tonfa, the Magnet Spike, and the Switch Axe F just give it a little bit more depth to put it above others that started in its generation. I think it started around Gen 3. I don't remember. Don't quote me on that. I know it's made in the DOS engine, but I don't know anything beyond that. But still playing Frontier, enjoying Frontier. I did start playing it while it was live during the G10 update, and then World killed it, but it is what it is. Speaking of Frontier, I will be continuing Frontier content soon. I am still working through G rank. I've just been a little distracted lately. I've been thinking that I'm not going to do a single G rank guide because it's mostly just pushing your G rank higher, pushing your GR higher. What I think I will do is discussing individual things that unlock during G rank, like the Gokus and things like that. Maybe Ravi hunts if I can actually get into one. So I think those will be the focus when I get there. I do want to start doing monster spotlights again pretty soon. We'll see what happens. So to close this one out, I do want to say that I'm gonna hold off on releasing a video next week, mostly because I've been getting distracted from making weekly videos because I've been trying to progress in Frontier and also other things. You know how it is. I'm not here to make excuses. But I am gonna take it off next week and then we will be back with Frontier. I swear to God we will. Anyway, once again I apologize for the late video and how lackluster it may be, considering it's just a static image for half of this. I don't expect this one to do well, but that's fine. I just wanted to get my thoughts out there, because I've been thinking about the games lately, especially since I started playing 3U again. I've been thinking about the old ones, and I just wanted to talk about it for a bit. Anyway, I've gone on enough for now. Once again, I've been Rainverse, and we will meet again, whether you like it or not.